Today we are going to talk about the Mahama administration and the matters arising. So you can send your comment. How do you view the man's barely 2 weeks into governance? His appointments, the individuals that he has appointed so far, the policies that he has put in place, and things he has intended to do. That is what we are coming to discuss today. Because during the electionary period, he spoke a lot about the Women's Bank, scrapping of the betting tax, the nuisance e-levy tax, formation of certain ministry, agribusiness ministry, giving women 30% in his governance, making sure that concession and things that have to do with mining is decentralized. He promised to appoint 60 ministers to reduce the cost of government expenditure. He promised to take away certain nuisance taxes. He will formulate and review the free senior higher education, give free tuition to first year and some continuing students of government universities or government tertiary institutions. The question I'm asking, how do you assess the president's appointments and things he has done so far? His appointment, I can tell you on authority, I've seen he promised all-inclusive governance. He promised to tackle the corruption. The president has promised that he's going to fight the corruption to the latter. So you can see the formation of the ORA, Operation Recover All Loot team, led by Honorable Samoku Jeto Ablakwa, MP of the good people of North Tono, who is a minister designate for foreign affairs and regional integration. So my question I'm asking is, how do you assess the president's 2 weeks, 3 weeks into office and his inaugural speech? So far, so good? Or how do you see it? That is the question of the day. And not forgetting that the youth parliament is proudly sponsored by Cigar One Company Limited, as well as Fox Mosquito Coil. Fox Mosquito Coil. So today I want to intimate my listeners about what a Fox Mosquito Coil is all about. Fox Mosquito Coil.
Hey, say a kayampa, said that you be trying to give him, and Tuntuma big team a new rough, a true ready crown. Come in this summer bush for. It's answer, my trying Tuntuma drobebre, and so still, I should woman until send me discover Fox Mosquito Coil. Fox Mosquito Coil, and only my chinkwa, a boy, Juma Papa, na a shamso, and you just say, Ut me soon of them, ut me soon of bunting, and so she had down enough for them, and to know Bushia bedda and naho. Tianim. Any dikwa dance kai se ubenya do shops ahoduo mu de opedo do tun enkran ko kan hyi Kumase Babsap Enterprise e wadum oboase frɛ 055 5216909 ena koforidua obetumi so afrɛ yen e 0249 108230 Fox Mosquito Coil ye beda enya yasomdwe FDA age adwadie nkrato atum. Hey, say a kayampa said that you be trying to give.
That is Fox Mosquito Coil for you. Look, they are what? I mean, it's smokeless perfumed coil. It kills and repels mosquito fast. If you want to buy a mosquito coil that kills and repels mosquito quickly. Nowadays, you know, when you go into the market, there are a lot of mosquito coils in the market. This Fox Mosquito Coil will give you a value for your money. It's smokeless, perfumed coiled. You know, all that mosquito coils in the market, what they do is that before you realize, they only daze the mosquito. After the coil has run out, the next thing you realize that this mosquito will just resurrect or come back to life and bite you bitterly. But when you talk of false mosquito coil, you will never regret. It is smokeless, perfumed, and it kills and repels mosquito quickly before you knew it. And you will never regret. For you, just go out there. It is all out there in the market. All retails, shops, wholesale. So for you to have a bulk purchase of false mosquito coil, you can contact them on 0. Look, you will not regret. You can contact them on 0249 10 82 30 or 0200 49 29 29. 0200 49 29 29. For bulk purchase, go out there, purchase false mosquito coil, and it is a value for money. You will never regret it, and you enjoy the perfumed scent of false mosquito coil. For bulk purchase, once again, you can contact 0200 49 29 29. I take the number again, 0200 49 29 29 or 0249 10 82 30. 0249 10 82 30. Let's listen to them again.
Edrum rebi kra no. Nka me dey shema busuafo. Esan say, ma try ntontoma duro bebre. And so still, e hye no mo nam mu. Until say me discover false mosquito coil. False mosquito coil. Eno ne ma genkwa. E boy dwuma papa na e hwam so. Eni gisem ne say, utumi yisu no dem, utumi yisu na bonten. Enso so ye da woni na afo ntem. Etu no obusua beda enna ho. Ti anim eni edi ho adanse. Kai say, ubenya bi wo shops ahoduo mu. De opedodo tun enkran. Ko kan hye Kumase Babsap Enterprise. Wadum obwase for 055 52 16 909 and na koforidua obetumi so afraye e 0249 108230. Fox mosquito coil ye beda enya yasumdwe. FDA age adwadie nkratoe atum.
So that is for false mosquito coil. And don't forget Cigar One Company Limited. Cigar One Company Limited. They are into earth moving equipment and they are a value for money. Number one, when it comes to earth moving equipment, you can count on Cigar One Company Limited. Cigar One Company Limited. They are into hiring of earth moving equipment, supply of gravels and chippings, building and road construction, civil engineering, electricals and public services, general merchants, supply of general goods. And the most interesting thing about Cigar One Company Limited is that they are into import and export services. They are into import and export services. And believe me, you will never regret. You are called Cigar One Company Limited on 0243 55 4477 or 0209 15 85 10. I'll take the number again. 0243 55 4477 or 0209 15 85 10. Cigar One Company Limited. You can't beat the rich. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, welcome to the Youth Parliament. This is as it is, without fear nor favor. Good brother Charles Kelly happens to be a communicating officer for Tama West constituency, as well as the secretary for the constituency communication bureau. Charles, welcome to the Youth Parliament.
Thank you, Emperor. I'm grateful to be in your cozy studio.
It's a privilege having you, Kelly.
Very refreshing to be with you this afternoon.
Yeah, and Happy New Year, my good brother.
Happy New Year to you, my brother. It's been a while.
It's been a long time.
You're looking so fresh.
Probably.
Maybe the Mahama wind is blowing you. So it's like everything is getting fresher.
I've not received an appointment yet. Well, how are you doing? How are you doing?
Well, I'm doing great.
Well, let me start by saying congratulations to your team for winning the Tema West constituency seat for the first time in 2018. How is the feeling? Annexing the seat.
First of all, I don't want us to create the impression that this win was born out of the effort of a particular department, be it the communication bureau, be it the constituency. I think it was a general win of change. Aside the hardship that Ghanaians were facing, there was a general win of change that Ghanaians were tired of the Akufo-Addo administration. And so the win, should I say, was expected in a way. So it would be wrong to kind of attribute this win to NDC branch executive only, NDC constituency executive only, NDC supporters only. In fact, it was a general revolution from Ghanaians, and we have to applaud Ghanaians and tap them in the back for the resounding victory we had.
Yeah, well, let me say, that's Hini, you're watching us live on Facebook. I salute you, my good brother, one of the best sports talk show hosts we have. Kelly, did you envisage Tema West going green?
Of course I did. Because when we were doing the campaign on the ground, you could see that, we have been in this constituency for quite some time now, and so we know who is blue, who is green, who is floating.
Yeah.
So during the campaign, you could see that you go to some places where naturally you expect that they are green, they are blue. They are rejecting the blue. Okay, so and they complain about the economic situation, how they've been disappointed by the MPP administration. So if an MPP person is telling you he or she is disappointed, that should be a signal to you that definitely Tema West will be going to green. And so I wasn't surprised actually when we went green.
And the vote margin was emphatic.
What I didn't expect was the vote margin. Yeah, I knew we were going to win. Tema West would go green, but the gap, almost 21,000.
Yeah,
it was unprecedented in the history of this constituency.
Yeah.
It was unprecedented, coming from the back of a deficit
of 16,000, narrowed to
2,500, and now widen the gap to 21,000. Emperor, I didn't say it's coming. Neither do most of my colleagues also saw it coming.
Yeah.
All that we knew was that we were going to win this election no matter what, because Ghanaians were tired of the tyranny, were tired of the hardship. But honestly, like I'm saying, this gap was unprecedented. We didn't say it coming, and we thank God for it. Thank God for it. But now what we have to do is that we have to consolidate on this game. What it means is that a lot of NPP people have voted for us.
Yeah.
They have not converted to NDC
yet.
They were just peeved and they voted for us. We have to now work hard and make sure we cement our victory by bringing everybody on board with unity and purpose. I think we can consolidate on the win and get a second term for lawyer James Enu, and inshallah it's going to happen.
With unity and purpose, we can consolidate Tema West constituency, and any other offer constituency that has flipped green to the NDC. Talk of the Yawasu West Wagon, talk of so many Domi Kwabenya, Okankwe, North, West, Central, and all other constituency I can speak of today. If you're just joining me, I welcome you to your most authoritative podcast talk show on the continent of Africa. This is the Youth Parliament. This is where we say it is without favor. And this is where we speak truth to power. Because I told you time with number that politics, it's about numbers. And positions are not possession. You can be a minister today. The next time you are a deputy or a former minister. Today we have the president of the Republic of Ghana, John Dramani Mahama, whose administration we are going to be discussing and be talking about. So if you're just joining me, you can join the feed on Always Multimedia. You can comment, share our likes, and contribute to our discussion. Not forgetting TikTok Instagram, X, YouTube, and all those who are listening to us via all our social media and across our affiliates in the Volta region, Northern region, Western region. This is a bigger platform. Your comment is welcome. The messages are trooping in their numbers, and believe me, I'll be reading them to you. My biggest and dearest condolence to the family of the Global Evangelical Church of the demise of the former moderator, Dr. Gbojwe, Reverend Dr. Ike Gbojwe, who passed on yesterday at Trafalgar Hospital. May his soul continue to rest in peace to meet his maker. And on behalf of all the Global Evangelical Church, I said, sorry for your big loss. And a happy birthday to all those who are celebrating their birthday today, 30th of January, 2025. And for those who are listening to me for the first time, I said, Happy New Year. Kelly, there's this thing I want to, briefly, just 5 minutes. Your take on the MCE within the Tema West and other constituency and other districts. Because they said when it's about to rain, you focused on where your farm is situated. How are you? What are your thoughts? Who do you think is likely to become the next MCE of the West constituency? A lot of people are in the race. About 15 people have filed. They've gone for vetting, and we are waiting for the eventual shortlisted for the 3 to come. Any feel, any anticipation? Do you have any surprises?
First of all, let me use this opportunity to say good evening to the people of Tema West and all NDC executives of Tema West, not forgetting the indefatigable gentle giant of Tema West, the JM of Tema West, Mr. Chairman Jasper Mide. Boss, I greet you this afternoon. Emperor, I am overwhelmed by the number of people who have actually filed to be considered for MC of Tema West. Quite an array of individuals with different degree of competencies and background. I think it's rich for democracy. Democracy is about competition, competitive competition, healthy competition. And so if we have over 15 people applying, I think it's rich for democracy. It means democracy is growing. May the best person win. But I think there are certain individuals who I think stand tall. You can have someone like Mr. Chumesi, who has been in the assembly for a very long time now.
15 years.
15 years with rich experience at the assembly. He understands how the assembly works in a way. So I think it's an added advantage for him. He's also a very typical grassroots person in Tema West. So I'm not saying he's the one going, but I think he has the abilities, he has the skills. And so let's see what happens. Mr. Okaitu is also a grassroots person. So, Emperor, may the best person win.
May the best person win. Before we go on to our main discussion, have to do with appointments and the governance of the National Democratic Congress, being ably led by His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, I would like to bring to the notice of my cherished listeners and viewers, the messages keep on coming. Thank you for being part of the show. I want to let my people to know that our ability to be here this very hour has been made possible by our sponsors. Let me start with Fox Mosquito Coil. Fox Mosquito Coil. You know, when you want a coil that is smokeless, kill mosquito fast, look no elsewhere than Fox Mosquito Coil. And there are many mosquito coils in the system. The only days the mosquitoes. But Fox Mosquito Coil is a value for money. and you can call them on their hotlines for bulk purchase. Go to any shop, retail or hotel shop, and you get your Fox mosquito coil ready. You can contact them on 0200 49 29 29 or 0249 10 82 30. Fox mosquito coil. It is smokeless perfume coil. It kills and repels mosquito fast. You can get them on bulk purchase, both in retail shops, wholesale, every shop across the breadth and length of this country. Be it Katamanto, be it Makola, Kaneshi, Agbogboshi, Ashama, Fadama. Just ask for Fox mosquito coil. You can contact them on 029 10 82 30 or 0200 49 29 29. Fox mosquito coil, the best. Let's listen to what they have to say for us, and don't look elsewhere. When you go to the market, all you should look for is Fox mosquito coil.
Hey, say a kayampa, said that you be trying to give him, and Tuntuma bit my new rough, a room ready crown. Come in summer bush for. It's answer, my train Tuntuma drobebre, and so still, I should woman until send me discover Fox mosquito coil. Fox mosquito coil, and only my chinkwa, a boy, Juma papa, na shamso, and you just say, put me soon of them, put me soon of bunting, and so she had down enough for them, and to know bushia bedda and naho. Tianim, and ye dick one dance here. Kaise, Ubenya do shops a hoodroom, the open door to Enkran, Kokenshi, Kumase, Babsap Enterprise, Ewa Doom, or was it for 055 52 16 909. And Nako Feridia, Obet to Miss Wafrey, I was 0249 108230. Fox mosquito coil, Yabeda Enya Yasumje, FDA, Ajadian Kratwe Atum.
Yabeda Ajadindi. Into Koto Fox mosquito coil. Satia Biumbesa Wangasa Uti Omano Asem.
It's answer, my train to drobebre, and so still, I should woman until send me discover Fox mosquito coil. Fox mosquito coil, and only my chinkwa, a boy, Juma papa, na shamso, and you just say, put me soon of them, put me soon of bunting, and so she had down enough for them, and to know Busia bedda and naho. Tianim. And ye dick one dance here. Kaise, Ubenya do shops a hoodroom, the open door to Enkran, Kokenshi, Kumase, Babsap Enterprise, Ewa Doom, or was it for 055 52 16 909. And Nako Feridia, Obet to Miss Wafrey, I was 0249 108230. Fox mosquito coil, Yabeda Enya Yasumje, FDA, Ajadian Kratwe Atum.
So that is for you, Fox mosquito coil. For bulk purchase, just contact 0200 49 29 20, and not forgetting Cigar One Company Limited. Cigar One Company Limited. The name that is echoing is Cigar One Company Limited. They are into earth moving equipment. Earth moving equipment. Talk of hiring of earth moving equipment, supply of gravels and chippings, building and road construction, civil engineering, electricals, plumbing works, general merchant, supply of general goods, and most importantly, they are into exports and import services. Drawing up architecture drawing, design, site plan, indentures, structure drawing, general construction, demolition, what have you. So you can contact the managing director, Stephen Avlavi, on 0243 55 4477. 0243 55 4477. That is Fox Mosquito Coil and Cigar One Company Limited for you. So please, we are back again, and this is the U Parliament, and I'm gladly joined by my good brother, a partner, somebody who knows the terrain of politics, the secretary to the Tama West Communication Bureau. Charles Kelly is in the studio. Charles, once again, welcome back.
Thank you, my brother.
Now, let's delve into the John Dramani Mahama and the administration. What is your take? Because during the electioneering period, he promised to scrap the nuisance taxes, talk of the e-levy, betting tax, emission tax, and the rest. He wants to reduce the number of his appointees so that it could be to reduce the cost burden on the nation. He promised to bring the Women's Development Bank, give a 30% of women representative. He will not reform and review the senior high school policy, give free tuition of first year students to money to settle their bills, and a lot of promises that he has given to the good people of Ghana, for which he was given that emphatic victory. Reduce the ministries from whatever we now have only 23 ministries. He promised to introduce or reform and bring a new ministry called the Agribusiness Ministry. So far, what is your take on John Dramani Mahama's administration?
So far, so good.
So far, so good.
So far, so good. And for me, I think he has started honoring his promises.
Okay.
Because the ministries have been cut down now. I think we have now 23 ministries, which is a huge cut of cost for the economy of this country. And if you watch the appointment so far, it's been encouraging.
Wow.
Today, we are seeing more younger people coming to government, holding chief executive position. And what this is signaling to us is that we are beginning to have a shift of our governance system where it has solely been
the aged,
where youth ideas, youth competencies have not been considered hitherto. Now we are going to see a more of a paradigm shift in governance going forward. And we, the youth of this country, should be very happy.
Yes, talk of the youth representation in his governance. I think it's a plus, a huge plus to the NDC administration.
A huge
You've seen someone like Basintele going to the youth employment agency.
You look at Tor now, we have Edmond Combat, who used to be the former JCR president of Combat, going to manage Tor.
Koku going back to the NIA, see Sami Jemfi
excellent gentleman,
to the precious mineral
marketing company.
Yes, and then a whole lot of things.
We have Julius Nikwe Korte.
Yes, the NIA, DVLA,
a very young gentleman, energetic young man. And so we, the youth of this country, should be proud of ourselves that for the first time in the history of this country, our voice are being heard. Not only that, our contribution are being solicited for this governance system of this country, and it's a great honor for the youth, and we should be proud of ourselves. We should be so much proud of ourselves.
You think the youth will do the job, right?
Emperor, you say, Agrobesa Nefrianopa.
Senate here.
Watch and see. Watch and see.
And there are some surprising inclusion in his government. We are just being informed some few hours ago that Professor Ramford Jampo has been appointed as the CEO of Ghana Shippers Authority. We all know this guy is an technocrat, an educationist, a lecturer, political science lecturer at the University of Ghana, Legon. Going into the Ghana Shipping Authority as CEO, he's not a politician. We talk of Randy Abe going to the Cocoa Board. You talk about Nana Jantua going to be a chief of a presidential staffer. What's your take on this appointment, more or less like all-inclusive governance?
It's great. It's great for this country. It's great for the governance system because Mahama is not appointing party cronies. Okay, he's looking at professionals. He's picking from all sectors. And so it brings to board different ideas, people from different backgrounds who can understand situation and solve the problem of this country.
Okay.
So I think it's great bringing people from different backgrounds so that you can have the other side of situations too. It shouldn't always be coming from the political angle, the party cronies. And let us forget that Professor Jampo, Randy Abe, they have never been antagonistic of NDC. They have believed in change. I think they also have supported the change that we have experienced. They spoke out. They have been, should I say, They are not the real party people. They don't wear the party colors, but they've spoken out boldly. They've spoken out against the ill, the wrong, the tyranny of the Nanado administration. And if today power has come and they are appointing them, it is a yardstick to also judge their fidelity to whatever they've proclaimed and condemned over the years. So let's watch them. I believe it's great. But my worry, Emperor, I have a great worry as far as the NDC party machinery is concerned.
Okay.
Especially in the communication department.
Okay.
Basantali is no more. Sami Jenfi is no more. We are beginning to create a communication gap. We are not seeing the successes of these individuals. Let us not forget, our communication was on point in the run-up to this election. And we have not won on a silver platter. These two guys and the communication department of the NDC have done so well. They have matched the MP. They have brought the issues to the floor. They have demystified everything to the Ghanaian to understand. And so we were able to appreciate the issues and understood it better going into this election. So decision making was never a problem. Now we have created a vacuum in the party machinery. What is the succession plan? What are we going to do to cure this dilemma? And so that's my worry. Maybe our party, big men,
knows better.
Let's leave it to them.
Okay.
Let us not be quick to judge. But
were you not surprised when Sami Jenfi was pushed to Precious Minerals to head there as an acting CEO? Many people thought because of his communication background, you should have rather gone to the National Communication Authority. Were you not a bit surprised?
Well, the decision of the appointer is not the decision of the public. So I think let us believe the appointer in good faith. Because, myself, I was surprised. I was also thinking that Sami may even become deputy communication minister or maybe the chief communication at the presidency. But the presidents know best. Maybe it's also for me, I think when young guys are also shifted to areas that is not their comfort zone, it's also a process of learning. It's also a process of learning and another area of experience so
for them to know.
Let's not limit ourselves.
I'm not cutting you. Jibril said, appointment done by Mahama so far shows he prefer experience over Matra Makwe.
Of course.
Do you agree?
Of course. Sami Jenfi is a lawyer of a good repute, with no blemish. And so you cannot underestimate his ability to handle precious mineral marketing company and put it at a level that will benefit all Ghanaians and make Ghana proud. I believe in that gentleman.
And talk of the Attorney General, Ayini.
A very senior lawyer by all standards.
And you think
by all standards
he can do the job to bring all those who have caused this nation so much pain?
He has been in
that office as a deputy attorney general.
In the ministry as a deputy, and so I don't think this honorable.
Was there any surprise for you so far, as far as appointments were concerned? Any appointment that really, took you by surprise?
I was not expecting Randy Albi to the Cocoa Board. It was a surprise. I was so surprised. But then he deserved it. The gentleman deserved it.
Minta Akando, MP for Joboso for Health Ministry. You know this man very well. So
he has been on the select committee on health for a long time. He has been blowing the whistle on the bad dates of this administration as far as health is concerned. And so he's the right person to be there. I don't doubt it. He's the right person to be there.
What of Dr. Omonibama, the director of election for the NDC? A man who I think NDC ought to show much gratitude and appreciation with his team for putting the EC on his toes and making sure that EC don't do anything untoward. And being a doctor by profession, going to head a defense ministry. What's your take on that?
Emperor, like we keep saying all the time. You see,
Mahama know best.
Mahama know best.
Yeah.
And you see, the fact that he's a medical doctor doesn't mean he cannot head the
ministry.
defense ministry. At the end of the day, you know, you are working with security chiefs, and so the decision taking and stuff like that doesn't.
You have administrators in the ministry.
Of course, so there's a broad consultation.
Yeah.
There's always a security meeting and stuff that comes before every decision is taken. So you don't. Dominic Ayene was not a security person, but he was a defense minister. And should we say he performed abysmal? He didn't. He did well. To some extent, it's all about your rapport, how you are able to approach issues. And don't forget, it is a party that's in power. There's a strategy of the party. There's a way the party wants to go. There is a philosophy of the party. All these things come together. And so Omani Mwama is in the right place. And I don't doubt his competencies in dealing with the army head, the police head, although it is not within his jurisdiction. But then, as a defense minister, the defense of this country is in your hands. I think largely he has a good relationship with the military, so he's at a good place, and I trust in his abilities.
You trust in his abilities. Once again, if you're just joining me, this is the Youth Parliament coming to you live from the studios of Always Radio. This is where we say as it is without fear nor favor for God and country. And I am the Speaker of the Youth Parliament. You call me the Emperor of the Airwaves, the reigning Global Honors Award for Best Radio Personality of the Year. Thanks to you, my cherished listeners and viewers, and all those who have supported me all these years. And not forgetting the Youth Parliament is proudly sponsored by Sigabon Company Limited, as well as Fox Mosquito Club. You can join us via Facebook Live on Always Multimedia. You can share our post, like, and comment. And you can also join the conversation on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, X, on Always Radio. You can send your SMS via 0559-2303-54. No time, I'll be reading some of your comments that are coming through, a whole bunch of messages. But before then, Kelly, I want to ask. Mahama has promised so much. And the previous government has created a big debt. They've created a mess. A mess that requires a visionary. A mess that requires someone who is competent and experienced enough to take us from that mess. And every citizen in this country can attest to it, that how abysmally the MPP government has performed and how they display arrogance and the fact that they have refused to recognize that they urge and owe the Ghanaian an apology. Do you think Mahama has what it takes to bring Ghana out of this particular mess and put us on the map of Africa again?
Emperor, when Mahama was making all these promises, President Mahama was making all these promises, I don't think he was not aware of the mess and the damage that has been caused to the economy. And so that is why he has already promised a lean government.
Okay.
It is also a strategy of trying to raise resources to solve all this problem that has been created by the previous administration. And I trust in the abilities of Mahama. He has done it before, Emperor, and definitely I know he will do it again. He's aware. He's an experienced politician. I think if there is one gentleman of the Fourth Republic whose legacy cannot be written out, is John Mahama.
Because he has made history.
His first term was so massive.
The infrastructure.
So massive. Infrastructure. It was unprecedented in the history of this country. With all this experience, I don't think he will be coming back to power without knowing the damages and the wrong and the ills that has been caused to this economy. He's fully aware, and that's why if you watch, his appointment has been so strategic, very strategic, appointing the right people at the right places. So far, I don't see any wrong in any of his appointments so far.
Yeah.
It means that he's focused, he's aware of what is ahead of him, and inshallah, he puts Ghana back to where we used to be.
Do you think the silence, so to put it, for lack of better word, of Ghanaians not having anything to say about his appointees is a testament to the fact that he is doing the right thing?
Of course, and also it will be premature to try to criticize at this point because these appointees are yet to take office. Some have taken office, and so the wheels of government have just started grinding. So it is a gradual process. Let's wait for the first year. After the first year, it is then that we can have concrete evidence to criticize and say this and that or that. But for now, it will be premature for anybody to sit anywhere and say he's criticizing any appointment the president have made so far.
The regional ministers, and I watched most of their swearing in, but I was really moved by the Ashanti Regional Secretary, who is now being sworn in as the regional minister of Ashanti Region, Dr. How do you call it? Dr. Frank Amokohini. A
young gentleman. Brilliant young gentleman.
A doctor by profession.
Sure. Like we said earlier on, Mahama has changed the face of government in this country forever.
That means he has given the youth the hope.
It is a youthful country now that we are going to see. Like, the youth are taking over. It is youth leadership that is going. And the trust in the youth now is bigger than ever. And expectation is so high on the youth than ever. And so we are hoping for good things to happen to this country going forward, Emperor.
That tells you there's future for this country.
There's a future for this country.
And the youth out there ought to be applauding the president for listening,
and believing in the youth.
And he's a good listener. Not only that he has got all the experience, Mahama listening to the people. When you look at his tour in the lead up to the election, building the manifesto, the youth manifesto, creating a youth empowerment ministry headed by Jojo Parry, the youth organizer for the National Democratic Congress. You realize that he has the youth in mind and at heart. And I think wherever Honorable Jojo Parry is, I drop my heart for you. Congratulations, boss. And I think you listened carefully to what Mahama said. It's not about being in opposition, printing beautiful shirts, the Green Army, but it's about you giving the youth the job. That is the reason for which that ministry is created, because we have to cut down on a deficit of 14.7 to almost to 15% unemployment rate in Ghana. And Honorable Agboja Gavin Kwame, Roads and Highway Minister, you have a lot of work to do. Congratulations to you, sir. But please, roads infrastructure in Ghana is nothing good to write home about. In the previous administration, they saw a year of road. We did not see anything. And I would like you to take what the president has asked you to do. Tell the people of Ghana what is happening in your various ministries, what you've come to meet, and how you intend to do it. The Agric Minister, Mr. Erikopoku, a fine gentleman, you've served your nation in every capacity you can. You are supposed to reduce food inflation, and we must have enough food. We should stop the importation of tomatoes, importation of rice, millet, and maize. We should have abundant food in the country so that our farmers, those who are into burst production, will have enough to feed their birds. By so doing, we reduce food inflation, and the price of those birds will be cheaper for the ordinary Ghanaian. The tax is huge, but I sincerely believe, that you guys out there will do a yeoman's job and project the name of the National Democratic Congress. And to re-echo what the finance minister, Dr. Atuforsen, said to the president when he was sworn in. He said, we know the problem of this nation. I'm paraphrasing what he said. And we know what is there. But we promise you, Mr. President, we'll do our utmost best to make you the most successful president in the Fourth Republic. This should echo. The man has an agenda. He is on a mission to reset this nation. And I expect everyone out there, every appointee, should file in, should be whipped in line to do exactly what the president wants to do. We should discard any form of arrogance, talking anyhow. We don't want to visit the likes that the era of Katie Hammond, Napo, or Odiewu Akufo-Addo. No. This is a man of the people. Once again, this is the youth parliament. Let me take time and read some of the comments that are coming through, ladies and gentlemen. It's coming from Yao Foley all the way in the voter. He said, my good brother, John Dramani Mahama is a very clever man. The people he's appointing, he has so much confidence in them. And I, for once, believe they will discharge their duty to the best of their ability. Thank you, Foley. And that one is coming from Berima Chum in Ashaman. He said, Emperor, I'm watching live via Facebook. You're doing a fantastic job. I like your panelist, Kelly. He said, great job. You're doing a great job. You like your comments. And I should bring you back again next time. And he's saying, look, my good brother, Mahama knows the challenges we are facing in this country. And he will deliver. I'm looking forward for Ghanaians to renew his mandate again beyond the 4 years. Kelly.
Mahama only has one term constitutionally.
Yeah.
But then he will go down in history as the longest
serving president
of the Fourth Republic.
Yes, because
with a massive legacy.
Yes.
A massive legacy.
Because he's the first president in the history of this country to have lost power in his bid for the second term. To stage a comeback. Like how Donald Trump, some of the African leaders have done in the past. He is the first in Ghana to do that. And the first to have appointed a woman to become the first female president, vice president of the Republic. He has made history. And per the constitution, you're eligible to 2 terms, which is 8 years.
Of course.
But should he serve, should he serve his second term, he has outlived, gone beyond what the constitution, is ensuring the constitution. Yeah. Because he has served more than 2 terms of the John Eversat
he served, I think, the last 6 months of J.A. Mills. May he so rest in peace.
I think it's 2 years, 6 months.
It's 2 years, 6 months,
yes,
right?
Yes.
Yeah, may he so rest in peace.
Yeah. And he stood for election in 2012, of which he won, and served 2016 and hand over on the 7th of January 2017. So he has served 6 years before going into a position, have staged a comeback. Should he, God willing, serve all the remaining 4 years that is with him now, per the constitution, you have served 10 years in power.
He would have been the longest after, if inshallah he completes his last term, he'll go down in history as the longest president of the Fourth Republic. With a great legacy. The
only president to have commanded a 2/3 majority in parliament. The only president to have a female vice president.
The only president of the Fourth Republic to have a female vice president.
Professor Jena Nopokwa-Jeman. Wherever you are, Mama, I salute you. Your man's job, you are doing fantastic. We are looking forward for the Women's Bank. Kelly, Ghanaians are having a high expectation in the administration of John Dramani Mahama. What are some of the areas you think he ought to tackle as soon as possible to reduce unemployment, food inflation, create jobs, make sure Ghanaians go to bed with their belly full, security wise, infrastructure wise? What are some of the things you think the president ought to be doing?
Emperor, I think one of the sensitive areas we don't have to overlook is agriculture.
Agriculture, yeah.
Agriculture. And
Which is being headed by Reku Poku.
And I'm so happy that now the ministry has been, I think, designed to have an agri-business side.
Yeah, as a different ministry on its own.
So that's the game changer.
Mm-hmm.
This is where we have to encourage graduates from the universities and the polytechnic who do agri to take advantage of the agri-business aspect and create businesses and employ their colleagues. The ministry will also have to invest more into agriculture. You see, Emperor, I don't understand why we have a country of rich resources, arable land,
naturally endowed,
fertile land. Anytime I'm traveling outside Accra, as soon as you exit from the main cities, you exit from the satellite cities, it's only bare land. Emperor, bare land. Bare land with bushes and grasses. Bare land that is not cultivated. Bare land that is not having any construction on, yet we are not taking advantage
of it.
To cultivate this land, and yet every year we suffer from food shortages like maize, tomatoes, rice. But we have vast land in this country that we can cultivate enough for ourselves and export. So my challenge to the agri ministry is that we should reinvent the wheel, come back to the agri sector, the backbone of the Ghanaian economy. It has always been, agri has always been the backbone of the Ghanaian economy. Let's come back to this state lands, state agriculture, you know, the state farms. And I'm happy the agri minister is saying the secondary schools should now start cultivating.
Yes.
It used to be there.
Yeah, so that they can.
It is not a new
we did
thing.
it our time.
It used to be there.
They can
even when I was in JSS at Birmingham in the early 90s, we used to have school gardens.
Yes.
We planted yam, we planted tomatoes, and before any time we harvest, it's a whole lot.
Because frankly
A
speaking,
whole
when you go
lot.
to some secondary school, they have a vast arable land which they can use to cultivate certain crops, even rare animals, which can even help within 6 months, can support them to have enough food in their various schools. I think it's a very laudable idea from the Minister of Agriculture.
Sure. So the attention actually should go on agriculture.
Okay.
And the ripple effect will also
Trickle down,
affect other part of the economy.
Yes.
Because if we are growing enough rice, you see, and Emperor, you can grow rice in the south, you can grow rice in the north, you can grow rice in the middle belt.
Okay.
In fact, the arable nature of our country land is such that you can grow rice anywhere. Let's start doing something drastic. Let's start growing rice. If we grow enough, what it does is that it will cut down on importation of rice, and the dollar we use in buying all this rice will stop or it will reduce.
Yeah.
And what will happen again? It will bring the economy in shape.
Yeah. Stabilize
Inflation will come down. The dependence on the dollar will come down.
Because when we are producing our own raw materials, food, we can control the price in the market.
Of course.
By so doing, the pricing it will reduce the price of commodities in the market because we are producing, so we control our own. But when you are importing all the time, you don't have control over the inflation or the rise of the exchange rate of the currencies of which you are producing, which is affecting our pricing mechanism in Ghana.
And Emperor, there is no excuse for not growing rice in this country because the evidence is there. The local varieties in the markets now, they are so nice. It is not in the past that you say it's 2 Jimmy. We don't grow 2 Jimmy again. Even if it's there, the varieties we have now, they are perfume, they are days. So we don't have any excuse. Let's begin to take agriculture seriously. It will employ a lot of youth. It will be attractive.
Yes, it will employ a lot of youth.
It will employ a lot of youth. By then what? We are cutting down. So look at what agriculture alone is doing. Agriculture alone will create employment for the youth. Agriculture alone will reduce our import burden on rice and other food commodities and release the burden on the dollar, improve the economy. So, like I'm saying, let's concentrate on agriculture. The ripple effect will be seen for all of us to benefit.
Yeah. Someone is saying this, a wonder boy from Majekoto, he said in the Tamaos constituency, said, resetting Ghana through revamping of Tema Oil Refinery and other abandoned factories can help. He said the Commander Sugar Factory, the Jobosu Glass Factory, and among others.
Very excellent. Very excellent. All these factories that have been left to rot, Emperor, there's no sense in it. It's only a wicked person who will think like that, who will see a nice factory, a well-equipped factory like Commander Sugar Factory, and leave it to rot to this stage. Emperor, we were all in this country when we saw the first production of sugar from this factory. So what has gone wrong? What has gone wrong that it has been left to rot just because the credit will go to somebody that he built it, so you will let it rot? Oh, come on. Ghana must move forward. And so all this factory, revamping Tema Oil Refinery, Iwadakon came and put Tema Oil Refinery at a very strategic position where we started refining oil locally and internationally. But what happened when he left office and they changed the managing director? Everything started going down. But I'm happy. Today, the CEO, the managing director of Thor, is a Harvard graduate. I believe in that gentleman, Edmond Combat, and I know he's going to do a great job there. I trust in abilities.
And it will even create jobs.
He's going to do it. He's going to do it. The place is going to be expanded and jobs will be created for the youth to do. It will not more be those cronies running the place down and yes, so keeping labor and paying them every month. No, the story is going to change there. And I trust in that gentleman. It's going to change.
Trusting in the gentleman and it's going to change. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're just joining me, this is the Youth Parliament coming to you live from the studios of Always Radio. This is what it says it is without fear or favor. For those who are joining me from our neighboring country, Nigeria, South Africa, Zimbabwe, Botswana, Malawi, Kenya, I said I drove my heart for you guys for being with me. True and true. I love you, all of you. The message is coming from Facebook. This is coming from Lindeway from South Africa. Said, we need a leader like your president in our country because that man is clear and genuine.
Sure. Mahama is clear in his mind. He knows what he's doing. You can see that he's not under pressure. He's calm. He's focused. Point. He's focused, determined. His interest is to see Ghana leave this economic quagmire, put Ghana on a stage where the youth of this country can complete school and will not be struggling to look for a job. His vision is that the health sector will come alive and you go to hospital and you not be lying on the floor.
And I believe so much in the capabilities of Honorable Mita Kando.
In fact, the previous government has run everything down. But we are grateful that the right person is in the seat now as president, in the person of His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. He will do it and take Ghana to the.
And this one is coming from Daniel from Facebook. He said, for the mere fact that a lot of ministers and head of state, prime ministers were on his inauguration alone is a testament that the man has what it takes to be a visionary, the Kwame Nkrumah of our time.
Of course. course.
People see him to be the Kwame Nkrumah of our time.
And it has been a credit also for Ghana as far as the international community is concerned. You know, the way Ghana has been
know
run
how
in
to
the past,
navigate within
the way Ghana has been run
diplomatic
in the past, Ghana has lost its place in the international community.
Yes.
But the inauguration has come to reinstate Ghana back into the international community.
Yes.
Because of the confidence the international community have in the president we have now. And so we are grateful that Mahama is the president now, and we are hoping for better things for Ghana.
Before I go on to take our advert, this is coming from Samuel, all the way in the Bono region, watching live. He said, I voted for Mahama for the first time, and I've never regretted voting for him because I know the man is pure. This is coming from Selassie, all the way in Tema Central constituency. He said, please, what is the latest on our MP's seat saga? Well, Selassie, I think the issue is before the court, and let's leave it for our lawyers to handle the issue. He continued to say, Mahama is the man, a God appointed. Even the gods came to vote for him. Thank you, Selassie. Let me take one or two. This one is coming from Simon Kweku Botri, all the way in Odododio. Oh my God. My good people from Ododo, how are you guys doing? Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. There's this development that is going on, of which I want to intimate our cherished listeners. Of late, security-wise, it has been advised that we should be more conscious on our security. When you're indoors, try as much as possible to lock your doors, on your lights, and create awareness that you're at home, because your life matters. You need to be alive to enjoy the administration and the good governance of John Dramani Mahama and the NDC. Before I leave in the next 3 minutes, Kelly, what's your light take on the administration of the NDC, John Dramani Mahama, his appointees, and what you expect from his appointees, most especially?
Emperor, so far so good.
So far so good.
And to all the lucky appointees, I expect them to live the vision of Mahama.
To live the vision of Mahama.
Ghana will be reset properly for posterity
to judge. That is a big one. And any advice to our friends from the other side of the divide, the MPP, who are resting at home, watching a good governance of the John Dramani Mahama?
Well, I don't think I have any advice to them, but all I can tell them is that
they are making so much noise.
They should go back, reorganize their party, and come back maybe after 30 years. When
30 years?
Yeah, after 30 years, because Emperor, this governance is not shifting to the MPP in no time soon.
I like that. So last word to the Vice President, the government of John. No, they are on a thank you tour in the Central Region with the Vice President. As we speak, your last comment, then we wrap up for the day.
So far, so good. So far, so good.
So far, so good. That is coming from the man himself, Charles Kelly, who happens to be the Secretary to the Communication Bureau, Tema West Constituency. Not forgetting to say hello to the La Apeto, the Communication Officer of Tema West Constituency, and everyone that has followed us throughout the last year. I said I salute all of you. Thank you for being part of the show. It's been a marvelous time to come your way once again with the Youth Parliament. And to all your messages and those that I couldn't read, please forgive me. It's for time. And I promise you tomorrow, I'm going to read. I want to say thank you to my family out there, the Ajay Betekuhini family, Todi Edem Hini, Kakuba, Mama Agbenyo, and everyone at Che family in Clipper, Afekperome, and wherever you are, both Accra in diaspora, I salute you, not forgetting Prophet New Love Owusu, and the chairmanship and the leadership of Global Evangelical Church, El Shama Jekojo, the youth ministry, which I heard myself. I said, I thank you all for being part of the show. And this show is proudly produced by, I don't know what to call him, a comrade, a friend, a brother, Isaac. I call him the engineer extraordinaire. For those who are sending their comment on Facebook, I say thank you for being part of the show. It's a privilege coming your way. Till I come your way next time from 4 to 6 on the Youth Parliament. I said, may God bless our homeland Ghana and make our nation great and strong, bold to defend forever. See you on Monday. Cha-cha.